Here is a 2024 Mercedes AMG GLE 53 Coupe in the new Twilight Blue Metallic with the new beige Napa black leather interior. We get some refreshments from the exterior to make this a lot more dynamic, more torque than last year for the mid-cycle refresh. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to explain why this is one of those best variants when it comes to comparison against Audi and BMW. Starting with the refreshed grille that's integrated so it gives more of the dominant 63S style that goes onto the twin dome hood, revised LED daytime running and headlamps, and the lower keeps the side curtains, but there is some areas that are losing some functionality, and that's underneath the grille. You'll have the grille pattern. It opens up a little bit, nothing on the side besides the air curtain. The lower, the same thing with the gloss black elements, because we have the AMG night package, which also adds the rear apron trim strip, window trims, exterior mirror housing, roof rails, all of that is going to be in the gloss black. AMG exhaust system, tailpipes in the black chrome. And it keeps the same clearance at over 7.5 inches. It's not going to be the best in class when it comes to this. And underneath the hood, 23 pound-feet of torque more with the AMG enhanced 3.0 liter inline 6-cylinder turbo. 429 horsepower, 413 pound-feet of torque paired to the 9G-tronic automatic transmission. And we have the largest wheels that will be standard on the 63, on the 53. This is a 22-inch AMG cross-spoke forged wheel in matte black with AMG ride control plus suspension based on Airmatic, AMG Performance 4MATIC, which is the all-wheel drive, AMG Dynamic Select, which can alter the ride to make it more smooth for a daily or to stiffen it up to give more of that sport heritage, which the Coupe design is just thriving for. 18 mpgs for the city, 22 mpgs for the highway, reaching 64.9 seconds. It's still going to be slower than BMW and Audi. 7,700 pounds of towing. You're not going to receive that with the BMW X6 M60i. You will be similar to Audi, and if you need more performance, the 63S. 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds. 603 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque, which is the best in class comparing to Audi or BMW. Revised LED taillights. The Coupe design comes into play, and the lower gets super aggressive. You get the grille pattern that's going to come into play. Front and rear parking sensors, a 360-degree reverse camera. It's definitely a aggressive stance for the 53 Coupe. And the 63 just furthers that because of how much more performance you get underneath the hood. Power liftgate, 33.3 cubic feet of storage. This will fold out with a 12 volt underneath the floor. You get a spare tire and enough space to put some goodies with some cubbies on the side. You can also adjust the suspension in the back to lower it or raise it. Split fold the rear bench at a 40-60 split, increasing cargo to 74.9 cubic feet. This is the Coupe, so you're going to lose a little bit in the headroom for the back. But this is also a turbo. We need to go inside, start it up, so you can hear that exhaust though. Seat adjustment for the driver and passenger. Memory seats, heated, ventilated in macchiato beige over black Napa leather. AMG badging. Headroom starts at 40.5 inches. Legroom 40.3 inches with stainless steel pedals, a wide interior with twin 12.3 screens, a touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio with off-road page, performance page. I like the clock that comes into play here, and the comfort. Ambient lighting, they have over 64 different colors. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Give me navigation to Mercedes-Benz of Clearwater.
Starting route guidance to Mercedes-Benz of Clear Lake.
Put it into reverse, 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory for the front and the rear. A lot of different camera icons that you can click on, and you can zoom around the vehicle. Quad, air vents, the natural wood inlays, dual climate control setting. Open in here, and we get a wireless charging pad, USB ports, the key fob for the 53 AMG Coupe. Get the touchpad so you don't have to use the touch screen, and you can also change your dynamics here to make it more sporty or more comfortable for your daily use. We get the ambient lighting that's going to run around. You can adjust the suspension up and down. It's going to be soft to touch, open up inside. It's a deep storage pocket with another USB port. Performance AMG steering wheel with the Napa leather and the Alcantara on the side. Sport mode, you can do everything on the fly, so you don't have to go through the dynamics there, which is one of my favorite steering wheels because you can change all the dynamics. It's multifunctional with adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, paddle shifters, and the 12.3 gauge cluster for the driver. You can change out the whole design by sport, classic, and understated, or just simply have a full navigation. All derived through the touch sensitive pads right here, and on this side it will control the infotainment screen. The wood and the ambient lighting will onto the door panel. Burmester sound system, the adjustments for your seats, and it's soft to touch where it needs to be, one touch up and down for all the windows. Storage pocket with the beverage holder carved out in the front, a large panel moonroof that covers the whole roof of this coupe with the edgeless auto dimming rear view mirror. Even though this is a coupe, 39.6 inches of headroom, 40.6 inches of legroom. You have quite a bit of space, so you don't have to go traditional, you can go dynamic. Storage beyond both of the front seats. Air vents, USB ports, some areas that you can fit little objects. Ambient lighting that's going to run through the back. It's going to be soft to touch where the cup holders are. Lift that up for later on. And the door panel receives the same materials that's found in the front. Soft to touch where it needs to be. One touch up and down. And a smaller storage pocket with kind of a beverage holder carved out. The floor is not completely flat, sliding over. The rails are pushed up enough. You won't really be sharing too much butt, shoulder, or feet space because of the width of the interior. And headroom is really good, and I'm at 6'3". 429 horsepower, 413 pound-feet of torque out of the enhanced AMG 3.0 liter inline 6-cylinder turbo engine. It's a lot to swallow, but this is a lot of vehicle all in one. And we're going to check the performance and the daily drive. Right now on comfort, this is on 22-inch wheels. I really wanted to see how the ride quality is because it has been altered from last year. It's supposed to be a little bit more smooth for daily use, which we're going over some harder terrain, and these are upgraded wheels. I don't feel hardly anything. And it's supposed to stiffen up a little bit better when I put it into sport mode to give me the performance that I'm looking at. 29 pound-feet of torque more than last year. The mid-cycle refresh on the exterior, I like it because now you don't have to option the 63 if you don't want it, but if you need more power, you go that route and you're gonna get 3.8 seconds 0 to 60, 603 horsepower. It's insane. We just activated Sport S, which is going to make it a little bit more dynamic and fun. I have it where I can use the paddle shifters. This is a quick car by any standard. And when you have this much power underneath it, you just have to open up that turbo, in which we're gonna do so as soon as this light turns green. Here we go. Oh man. Mercedes really crafts a vehicle that just gives you power and luxury with such a blend and delight. The suspension is a bit more stiff, but it's not over the top. That exhaust is just crazy. It's just untapped, the power that you get underneath it. AMG enhancements just make it one of those cars that's a wow factor. It's gonna take me to some pros and cons, starting off with the pros about the new AMG GLE 53 Coupe. You're getting increased torque, which is always a plus. The suspension has been tweaked, which makes it a lot more smooth for a day in and day out use. You can capture everything from the 63S in the 53 without the engine and the upgraded price, meaning the wheels, the grille, the hood. The rear, it's aggressive. It has just enough flair. The AMG Night Package, something that I definitely would entertain getting because it just gives the black gloss elements for the front, the rear, the exhaust. It also makes it a little bit more throaty. Here we go. Get the cracks at the exit. It's a smooth car. And driving on a long journey, the seats are not going to be overly stiff, which when you get into BMW, it's a lot more aggressive, the seat. It will take you about 500 miles to maybe even 1,000 miles to really get adjusted to it. You don't have that problem here. Soft everywhere. Now, everything is not perfect, so there's some cons. This is going to be one of the least in class with performance numbers and 0 to 60 numbers. The styling though, I mean, I think Mercedes just does a great job with the coupe layout. It's not over the top. When you're going into Audi, I like the SQ8. It is my favorite variant. 500 horsepower is definitely a delight. The BMW X6 M60i at 523 does take it a notch higher in performance, and it's about 1/10 of a second quicker, but you're getting a detuned ×2 Lamborghini engine in the Audi. Here, you're getting an enhanced AMG engine, and if you need to move in and out of lanes, the pedal is always going to be a little bit lighter in sport mode. It will make it a little bit more heavy on comfort, so you'll start feeling the weight, which is another con about the vehicle, because even in comfort, I don't want to feel the weight of the Benz. I want it to just go like it will in sport mode. Some other cons about the vehicle: because of the coupe structure, you're losing 5 cubic feet of storage. It also sets up higher on the Plus. You can lower the suspension in the rear, so it does make it a little bit easier, but because the ground clearance is over 7.5 inches, it sets up quite a bit. This is the fun parts. Look at this. It is very smooth. The 9G-tronic automatic transmission does a great job. It's really hard to complain about a vehicle that has been tailored to be better for a mid-cycle refresh, in the sense of you're still getting the power, you're getting increased in that, and you're still getting a gas variant. It's mild hybrid technology, which is a good thing too, because it does help with fuel, but really it's going to help with the torque. That's what Mercedes has been saying. Turn radius at a stop point, right at 2 lanes. This is in comfort. Going back to the rivals, this one will have one of the best adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. The lane keeping assist on BMW X6 is good, but this goes longer without you having to engage. Towing, 7,700 pounds. It beats BMW. It's right on par with Audi. Cargo, over 70 cubic feet. And this is a coupe with 7,700 pounds of towing. So you're not going to be displeased purchasing this when you look at the numbers from Audi or BMW. I think you're going to be very impressed, because that extra power that comes out of it, it really does kick you back. It has the styling elements for a 63S without the price point, upgraded to 22-inch wheels. They're lighter wheels, so that way it doesn't add more weight to the vehicle, and you don't sacrifice for headroom in the back seats. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Mercedes-Benz of Clearwater for giving us this 2024 Mercedes AMG GLE 53 Coupe for our car review.